lot of people ask the same question over and over again. Does chain punching really work in a real fight? If you search the internet, most of the answers say no.
No!
No!
No! No! No, 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 no! No!
They'll say they're useless, unrealistic, and only work in Wing Chun drills and nowhere else. But here's the problem with those answers. They're asking the wrong question. So sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the hard truth. I'm Seafood Charlie, and you're watching the Warrior's Den Fight Channel. The real question should not be whether or not chain punching can actually work in a real fight. The real question should be, when does chain punching work and how should it be used? Because there is no be-all, end-all punch that works all the time, fighting is situational and circumstances are always changing.
Got a plan, you got a switch kit. He's ready, believe me.
Chain punching comes from Wing Chun, and yes, it was never meant to stand alone. If you try to walk forward into your opponent while chain punching and they're calm, stable, and expecting it, you're probably going to get countered. That's the harsh reality. But does that mean chain punching is useless? Not at all. It means unless used correctly, the chain punch, like any other strike, can and will fail. The chain punch is a moment-based tool. It works best when opportunity presents itself, when the opponent is compromised. Allow me to explain what that means. If your opponent is leaning back, trying to escape or losing balance, chain punching can overwhelm them. If your opponent is dazed, stunned, or mentally frustrated, chain punching can flood their defense. This isn't about power. This is about pressure. Another way to understand chain punching is this. It's not meant to knock someone out. It's more like a distraction, like a mosquito buzzing around your face. It doesn't necessarily hurt you, but it's annoying, a nuisance. It makes you squat, flinch, and most importantly, lose focus. Chain punches do the same thing. Rapid, continuous punching to the face, forcing the opponent off balance and to react erratically. When someone finds themselves in trouble and begins blocking, covering, and getting frustrated, they stop thinking clearly. That's when their hands move out of position, their posture breaks, their timing gets sloppy, and openings appear. And that's the point. The chain punches distracts, overwhelms, and rushes the opponent. Once you see their guard open, their head snap back, or their feet stop moving, that's when you land the heavy knockout punch. End that flurry with an exclamation point. If you treat chain punching like a finishing maneuver, you're using it wrong. It's not about how many punches can be thrown and hoping one lands hard enough. But treat it as though applying pressure and a distraction. This will set up for something bigger. It makes a lot more sense when your goal is to break structure and attention, then end the fight cleanly. Now let's talk about something important many practitioners ignore: hand safety. If you chain punch incorrectly, you can injure your own hand in the process. I see many practitioners applying the chain punch with their fists tilted slightly upward, using the two smaller knuckles, the ring and pinky knuckles, for direct contact to the target. Okay, the last thing you want to do is hit with these two knuckles. So she's going to tilt her hand slightly down, but instead of out, she's going to tilt it in. Okay, so now she's got a good solid punch, striking with these two knuckles. If you know anything about the hand anatomy, those are weak, and there is no support for that part of the hand. I understand this is how it's been done for a long time. But as we grow, techniques change. When we use the chain punch, we tilt the hand slightly downward, taking the complete impact on the two larger knuckles, the index and the middle finger knuckles. This keeps the bone structure in line for a strong impact. If you want to understand this better, watch my other video on how to make a proper punch. Once you understand why bone alignment matters, your chain punches will feel stronger and safer. Now, let's be honest about the dangers and weaknesses of the chain punch. Chain punching can be stopped and put you at risk. If your opponent reads your intentions early, a large sweeping block, strong side movement, or well-timed counters can shut it down fast. And because chain punching posture requires both hands directly in front of you, rolling over in a perpetual motion with no protection to your body, this can invite heavy retaliation. That's why chain punching should never be your opening move or applied by itself against a fresh opponent. It works best within a flurry of combinations, getting the opponent moving and finding that moment to apply it. Timing is everything. So with that said, does chain punching really work? Yes, but only at the right moment against the right reaction, and only when combined with other strikes. If you choose to make it your go-to weapon, it will fail. If you use it as a pressure and distraction that sets up a finish, it becomes very effective. You want to knock down the wall? Use pressure. The chain punch is pressure. The goal is not to look at it as a Wing Chun move. The goal should be to control the fight. The control comes from timing, pressure, and follow-up, not internet opinions. And as I always say, knowledge is power. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. I'm Sifu Charlie, and until next time, keep an open mind.